What's up, guys? Jason Noble here, and today we are going to be doing our very first Q&A session on here. So I've got two questions that we're going to deal with today. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first question on here starts out: I'm a mediocre soccer player by many standards, slow little dribbling skills, weak shot power. However, I consider myself quite intelligent on the pitch and deliver passes consistently. Quicker thinker, that's my saving grace. Unfortunately, given my current fitness level, I am unable to stay on the field for a long period of time. I'm on a decent full body workout program, squatting 2-3 times a week, and have soccer matches every Saturday, full 90 minutes, 11v11. I have always wanted to push myself because I feel I have the intelligence enough to do better and be a great midfield player. I was wondering if you had any advice for me how to improve cardio and how to improve my shot power. Okay, so we're going to focus on the how to improve your cardio and how to improve your shooting power. Okay, so cardio. Here's the easiest answer I can give to you. Play more soccer. You need to play or train soccer as often as possible. This is going to be the best way for you to get cardiovascular exercise and improve your endurance. If you can push yourself by playing soccer as much as possible, you will get fitter and you will be able to play for longer periods of time without getting fatigued. Other things you can do more specific drills such as sprints or anything like that. And I recommend you do sprints and agility work with and without a ball, and you can do this, and this will improve your cardio as well. Alright, so I think that answers the cardio question. You just need to be more active and do fairly intense cardiovascular training, mostly in the form of playing soccer. Alright, so for the shooting power thing, this seems to be a very common question that I'm asked. How can I improve my shooting power? And a lot of people don't really expect the answer that I normally give. They expect some sort of specific exercise in the gym, like leg extensions or something, because a leg extension is almost like a kicking motion. Well, the 100% most important thing to do to improve shooting power is technique. You need to look at your technique, figure out what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and correct any flaws in your technique to make your shot as efficient as possible. If you have perfect shooting form, you will have a strong shot no matter how actually strong you are. Your squat doesn't directly relate to your shooting power because they're two different entities altogether. So the biggest thing I see with a lot of players, and it typically comes from two things if your shot's not very strong. One, you're either not connecting with the right surface of the foot, which you need to hit it on the hard, bony part of the top of your foot called the instep. The instep is not the side of your foot, by the way. It is the top of your foot, a hard, bony part just below the ankle. And the other thing I see most players do is when they shoot, they do not completely follow through. They shoot and they kind of stop. Your momentum on a full power shot should cause you to take 2 to 3 steps minimum after you shoot. And this will give you maximum power with your maximum follow through. As for other things, technique is obviously the most important issue here. Now, you're on a strength training program, and that's great. As long as you're on a strength training program, it will cause your shot to get stronger as well. I mean, any added muscular strength is going to cause your shot to be stronger, but perfecting your technique is going to be the biggest issue here. Alright, guys, so for my next question, and this is how it starts. So I have been training in the gym for quite a while now, and has recently been scouted by my state soccer team. Congratulations. I have been training my body all around. I use weights but not that heavy. My question is, if you lift in too much Is it true you will lose your speed and athleticism that you require for soccer? Because some coaches doesn't recommend their kids to do heavy weightlifting in the gym and just ask their students to focus on the core. And if you do, how much weightlifting is too much to cause the drawbacks? Thanks for the advice. Okay, so this is an answer, and looking at it more, I'm going to have to just basically tell you my opinion on how strength training should be done in soccer. So, there's a myth out there that people have that lifting weights will make you slower. Now, this is not true. It's not true at all. In fact, when done properly, lifting weights will actually make you faster, much faster in fact. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Can inferior programming cause you to get slower? Yes, of course it can. If you are doing any type of program that has you very, very sore after training, to where you're sore for more than 2 days after training, really for a sports program you shouldn't be that sore after 1 day of training with weights. If you're extremely sore, like if you had a leg day, for example, I don't really recommend doing splits, especially for sports programming, and you're sore for 3-4 days from that, that program will make you slower on the field and your performance will suffer. So, my opinion, it says here that you've been doing moderate weight training. Now, this is what I'm going to say about it. Moderate weights are not a bad thing, but I am not a fan of high volume training for athletes. The reason is, high volume training typically causes you to get more DOMS, more delayed onset muscle soreness from your workout. So if you're doing things with very high reps or very high volume, you will be sore after your training. I personally feel that for an athlete, you should do heavy weights and low volume. So set to 3 to 5 at most, and this can depend on the individual athlete as well. And it always depends on the individual athlete. But keep the volume relatively low and the weights high, especially for lifts like squats, deadlifts. If you do perform cleans or something like this, keep the weight high and the reps low. That way you can work on your explosive force that will help you out on the field. Alright, so I hope that answers your question, and I hope this video is a success and we can continue it next week. Alright guys, talk to you next time. Peace.